She said, "I'm not abandoning my ex just because you feel threatened." "Fair enough," I replied. Then I accepted the Amsterdam job I'd turned down 3 times for her. She realized I was serious when she came to reconcile, and another tenant opened the door. Throwaway account, because this situation became uncomfortably real and I don't need the drama resurfacing. But if you're here for some relationship karma justice, settle in. This is how my ex Lauren essentially handed me the keys to a superior life on a silver platter of betrayal. Am I wrong for finally prioritizing myself after years of being her emotional doormat? Spoiler: I don't believe so. Let me start from the beginning because context matters significantly. I met Lauren approximately 4 years ago at a mutual friend's birthday celebration in the city. She was this vibrant marketing graduate full of ambitious dreams about ascending the corporate hierarchy, and I was just hitting my stride as a software engineer at a reputable tech firm. We connected, instantly shared laughter over terrible karaoke performances, late-night conversations about our aspirations and ambitions. I fell hard and fast, and she appeared to as well. The chemistry was undeniable, or so I thought at the time. Early in our relationship, she informed me about her ex Tyler. They dated for 2 years during college, but it concluded messily. He was the adventurous type, perpetually chasing thrills, spontaneous cross-country road trips, quitting jobs impulsively to pursue passion projects that never materialized. She painted him as fundamentally unreliable, someone who left her feeling emotionally unstable and financially insecure. I, on the other hand, was the steady one. Stable employment, growing savings account, concrete plans for the future. That's what she claimed she loved about me: my predictability, my reliability, my groundedness. Looking back now, I realize those were probably the exact qualities she would eventually resent most. Fast forward several months, and I started making sacrifices without even recognizing how dramatically one-sided the relationship was becoming. Lauren hit a significant rough patch right after we became serious. She lost her entry-level marketing position due to company downsizing and struggled with intense anxiety about her career trajectory. I stepped up without hesitation, covered her rent for several months while she job hunted, helped her meticulously polish her resume, even connected her with valuable contacts in my professional network. She eventually landed a decent position in digital marketing, and things seemed genuinely good for a while. Our relationship felt stable, promising, like we were building something real together. But that's precisely when Tyler started creeping back into the picture. At first, it appeared innocent enough, harmless even. A text message here and there. "Just checking in as friends," she'd explain casually whenever I noticed. I'd see his name illuminate her phone screen during movie nights, and she'd laugh it off dismissively. "Oh, Tyler's just sharing a funny meme from our old group chat. No big deal whatsoever." But it escalated gradually, insidiously. She'd enthusiastically like his social media posts, pictures of him hiking in some exotic international location or attending music festivals. Posts that screamed, "Look at my exciting, spontaneous life." I'd mention it carefully, trying not to sound accusatory. "Hey, it bothers me somewhat that you're still so connected to your ex-boyfriend." Her response rolled in predictably defensive. "Alex, don't be so insecure. Tyler's just a friend now. We have history, but that's it. Ancient history." That word, history, started to grate on me relentlessly. I'd overhear fragments of their phone conversations, her giggling enthusiastically at his stories, venting to him about work stress instead of to me, her actual partner. One evening, after an exhausting day, I found her scrolling through old photographs on her phone, lingering on them. There was one particular image of her and Tyler at a beach somewhere tropical, arms wrapped around each other, looking utterly carefree and happy. When I asked why she still maintained those photos, she snapped defensively. "Memories aren't something you delete just because someone new comes along. God, why are you always so paranoid about everything?" I wasn't paranoid. I was loyal, committed, and yes, perhaps somewhat naive, but I genuinely loved her, so I tried desperately to trust. I wanted to believe her reassurances, her dismissals of my concerns. Meanwhile, my own career was accelerating significantly. About 2 years into our relationship, I received an offer from my company's Amsterdam office a senior developer role with a substantial salary increase, comprehensive relocation package, the complete works. It was genuinely a dream opportunity. Working on cutting-edge artificial intelligence projects, living in Europe, exploring new cultures and perspectives. But Lauren was just beginning to stabilize in her job, and she absolutely freaked out at the mere idea of relocating internationally. "I can't uproot my entire life right now, Alex," she protested. "What about my friends, my family, and Tyler's here too? He's going through some difficult stuff right now, and I want to be around to support him through that." Wait, what? Tyler's personal struggles mattered more than our collective future together? I declined the Amsterdam offer for her. She embraced me tightly that night, whispering how much she appreciated the sacrifice. "You're my rock, Alex. I genuinely don't know what I'd do without you." But 6 months later, the offer materialized again, same position. Even more favorable terms. Lauren was in a relatively good place by then professionally, but she still hesitated significantly. "Amsterdam sounds absolutely amazing," she admitted, "but I don't know if I'm ready for that magnitude of change. And Tyler just got dumped by his girlfriend. He's a complete mess emotionally. I feel terrible leaving everyone behind." Again, Tyler. I declined a second time, convincing myself it was for us, for our relationship's stability. My boss was genuinely baffled. This is career suicide, man. Opportunities like this don't materialize often in this industry. The third offer arrived last year. By then, the relationship with Lauren had become noticeably strained. Her friendship with Tyler had intensified dramatically. Coffee meetups she consistently downplayed as just catching up casually. Late-night text conversations she'd conceal when I entered the room. I'd catch her comparing us subtly but consistently. Tyler's launching that adventure travel blog he's been planning. "It's so genuinely inspiring," she'd mention. "Your job's great, obviously, but it's just so predictable, you know?" It stung deeply. I was the one consistently paying bills, meticulously planning dates, being emotionally present through her lowest moments. Yet somehow, I was predictable boring, even. When the Amsterdam email landed in my inbox, I brought it up over dinner one evening. "Lauren, this could be monumentally huge for us. Fresh start in a new country, significantly better life quality." She sighed heavily, twirling her fork absently. "I get it, but I'm genuinely happy here. And honestly, if you're pushing this because you're jealous of Tyler, that's entirely on you." Jealous? Maybe partially, but it was fundamentally more about respect and boundaries. Look, if we're genuinely serious about this relationship, maybe tone down the contact with him substantially. It feels uncomfortably like emotional cheating to me. Her eyes narrowed immediately. Emotional cheating? Wow, Alex, that's incredibly dramatic. I'm not cutting off my ex just because you're feeling insecure. People can absolutely be friends after dating. Grow up. That line hit like a devastating gut punch. I'd sacrificed multiple promotions, career advancement, professional stability, all for her comfort and preferences. And now I was the insecure one, the unreasonable one. I sat there staring at my plate, feeling the accumulated weight of those 3 declined offers pressing down on me. But I didn't argue. Not yet. Instead, I nodded slowly. Fair point. And in that precise moment, something fundamental shifted within me. I excused myself, went to the bedroom, and replied to the email. Accepted. Start date in 2 months. No fanfare, no dramatic announcement, just a quiet, resolute decision to stop being her backup plan, her safety net, her predictable fallback option. The next few weeks were a slow, methodical unraveling. Lauren acted like nothing significant had happened, continuing as usual, still texting Tyler openly, posting vague Instagram stories about cherishing old connections and staying true to yourself. I kept my acceptance under wraps, systematically tying up loose ends at work, subletting the apartment discreetly through professional channels. Internally, I was an absolute mess, replaying every sacrifice, every instance I'd prioritized her needs over my own career advancement. Why had I declined Amsterdam 3 separate times? For someone who fundamentally saw me as predictable. The confusion gnawed at me relentlessly during long walks alone through the city, staring at the lights, wondering if I'd wasted years on fundamentally one-sided love. But I didn't lash out emotionally. I just detached gradually, packed boxes in silence while she was out with friends, or Tyler, focused exclusively on the practical logistics of the international move. It was like watching a movie of my own life, slowly realizing the plot twist was me finally choosing myself over someone else. Things came to a definitive head one evening, about a month before my scheduled move date. Lauren had been increasingly distant, spending substantially more time out with friends code for Tyler, I suspected correctly. I'd seen her enthusiastically liking his posts again, one where he was tagged at bars with other women, looking smugly satisfied with himself. That night she came home late, slightly intoxicated, and collapsed onto the couch with an exaggerated sigh. "We need to talk, Alex." I knew precisely what was coming. I sat across from her, calm as ever. "Okay, what's up?" She fidgeted with her phone nervously, avoiding my direct gaze. "This isn't working anymore. You're suffocating me with all this jealousy stuff about Tyler. He and I are just friends, but you keep making it this huge thing. I need space to figure out what I genuinely want from life." "Space, right?" I responded evenly. "What you want?" "Like with Tyler specifically." She rolled her eyes, that smug smirk creeping across her features. "See, there it is again. Insecure. Alex. Tyler gets me. He's fun, genuinely spontaneous. We talk about real stuff without all the judgment and restriction. You're always so safe and cautious, planning everything meticulously, turning down incredible adventures like that Amsterdam thing because you're scared of significant change." I almost laughed at the devastating irony, but I held it in carefully. "I turned it down for you, Lauren. 3 separate times." She waved it off dismissively. "Whatever. The point is, I deserve someone who matches my energy level. Tyler's not perfect, obviously, but at least he doesn't clip my wings. I'm not saying I'm running back to him necessarily, but yeah, we're hanging out more frequently now. It's platonic mostly, but you're actively holding me back from my potential." Her words were like knives twisted with that entitled logic. "So, you're choosing his friendship over us?" "God, why does it have to be a binary choice?" she protested. "But if you're forcing it, then yes. I'm not cutting him off just because you're threatened by him. That's manipulative, Alex. If you genuinely trusted me, this wouldn't even be an issue." Manipulative. From the woman who'd guilt-tripped me into staying geographically put while openly flirting with her ex-boyfriend. She leaned back, crossing her arms, looking so absolutely sure of herself. "I think we should take a break," she declared. "Maybe permanent. I'll crash at a friend's tonight. Give you time to think about how controlling and restrictive you've been." I didn't beg, didn't raise my voice, just looked at her steadily. "Fair point. If that's what you want, go ahead." She blinked, clearly expecting a fight. "Wait, that's it? No, please stay? You're just okay with this?" "What do you want me to say, Lauren? You've made your choice abundantly clear." She huffed indignantly, grabbing her bag. "Fine, whatever. You'll regret this when you realize no one else is putting up with your boring routine." And with that, she stormed out dramatically, slamming the door. I heard her muttering something about finally free as she left. Alone in the apartment, the silence hit hard. I poured myself a drink, sat on the balcony, and let the unfairness wash over me. Years of loyalty dismissed as controlling behavior, sacrifices thrown back in my face. Part of me wanted to call her, explain the Amsterdam thing, make her see what she'd lost. But no, that would be begging, and I was definitively done. Instead, I texted my boss, "Move is on, wrapping up here." Then I blocked her number not out of spite, but to protect my peace. The next day I listed the apartment fully, packed the remaining essentials, and started saying quiet goodbyes to friends. No drama, no social media rants, just forward motion. But the confusion lingered, nights staring at the ceiling, replaying her justifications. How had her supposedly platonic friendship turned into this? Was I really the insecure one? Or had she been manipulating me all along? It felt outrageous, fundamentally undeserved after everything I'd given. I journaled extensively, talked to a therapist friend anonymously. "You're not crazy," he assured me. That's classic emotional abandonment. It helped, but the pain was real. I let it breathe, didn't rush to get over it. Amsterdam loomed like a lifeline, a chance to rebuild from the ashes of her betrayal. I didn't disappear overnight. It took meticulous planning. With the move 2 weeks away, I focused on tying up loose ends, shipped my essentials ahead, handed off projects at work, even hit the gym more to clear my head. Internally, the shift was happening from vulnerable and questioning everything to a quiet resolve. This is my life, I told myself in the mirror, not hers to dictate anymore. Lauren tried reaching out a couple of days after the breakup, probably expecting me to chase. A text from a mutual friend's phone. "Hey, it's Elle. My phone's acting up. Can we talk?" I didn't mean for things to end like that. I didn't respond. Then an email. "Alex, come on, you're being childish. Let's meet and sort this out maturely." Still nothing from me. I was done engaging. Word got around through friends. One messaged me. "Dude, Lauren's telling everyone you overreacted about Tyler. Says you're ghosting her out of spite." Let her spin it. I kept my responses neutral. We wanted different things. Wish her well. No bad-mouthing. No details about Amsterdam. That was mine. The day before my flight, I handed the keys to the new tenant, a quiet grad student I'd found through a listing. "Place is yours now. Good luck." He nodded, oblivious to the backstory. I crashed at a hotel near the airport, feeling a mix of nerves and freedom. For the first time in years, I wasn't planning around someone else. Landing in Amsterdam was surreal. The canals, the bikes everywhere, the fresh start. My new team welcomed me with open arms. Dinners out, tips on neighborhoods. The job was challenging but rewarding, diving into projects I'd only dreamed of back home. I rented a cozy apartment overlooking a park, started exploring museums on weekends, even picked up some Dutch phrases. The confusion faded into clarity. I'd been holding myself back for her. Now I was free. Friends back home kept me loosely updated, though I didn't pry. Lauren's hanging with Tyler a lot now. Seems official. Good for them, I thought, genuinely at first. But as weeks turned to months, my internal voice strengthened. No more what-ifs, just gratitude for the push I needed. That's when karma started rolling in. Slow at first, then like a freight train. I didn't seek it out. Didn't stalk her socials or pump friends for info. But bits trickled through mutuals who felt bad keeping it from me. About a month into my Amsterdam life, a buddy from back home messaged, "Hey man, thought you should know. Lauren and Tyler are a thing now. She's posting pics of them at some festival looking all loved up." I chuckled at my desk, sipping coffee overlooking the canals. Predictable indeed, but the shine wore off quick. Turns out Tyler's adventurous side came with baggage. From what I pieced together via sporadic updates, he was drowning in debt. Credit cards maxed from those spontaneous trips. No steady job beyond gig work. Lauren, fresh off our breakup, quit her marketing role impulsively to join him on the road, dreaming of that travel blog life she'd gushed about. Bad move. They bounced around for a bit, her funding most of it from savings I'd helped her build. Friends started distancing. Our mutual circle saw through her spin, especially after one overheard her trash-talking me at a gathering. Alex was too safe. Tyler's real passion. Then the cracks showed. Tyler got volatile during a trip. Arguments over money. Him flirting with others right in front of her. She confided in a friend who relayed, "Lauren's a mess. Tyler bailed on her in some random town, left her with the hotel bill, said he needed space." Sound familiar? Irony at its finest. She scrambled back home jobless, dipping into credit just to cover rent. Her social media shifted from smug couple shots to vague posts about growth through pain and learning from mistakes. One mutual said her family was fed up too. Her sister, always the enabler, even admitted Lauren's spiraling. Tyler used her and ghosted. Professionally, it tanked. Without her network, which I'd helped cultivate, landing gigs proved tough. She applied to a few places but got rejections. Word was her abrupt quit raised red flags. Isolation set in. Friends who'd defended her freedom now sided with truth. She'd emotionally ditched a good guy for a flake. One update hit particularly hard for her. A former colleague mentioned my Amsterdam move in a group chat she was still in. Alex is killing it overseas. Senior role, traveling Europe on weekends. Her response? Radio silence, then unfollows all around. I didn't gloat. Didn't need to. Sitting in my new apartment, hosting a small dinner with coworkers, I felt the reversal. Her downfall wasn't some dramatic explosion. It was realistic, earned from her choices. Broke, alone, reputation frayed. Meanwhile, I was thriving. Promotion talks at work, weekend trips to Paris, even dipping into dating apps casually. No serious attachments yet, but the freedom was liberating. Karma didn't just hit, it highlighted how far I'd come from that predictable label. She discarded me like a safety net, only to find the ground rushing up. Her attempts to crawl back started subtle, then snowballed into desperation. First, about 3 months post-move, an email slipped through my work address since I'd blocked her personal. Alex, hey, heard you're in Amsterdam now. That's... wow. Congrats, I guess. Look, I know things ended badly, but I miss talking. Tyler was a mistake. He's not who I thought. Can we chat? Just as friends. I read it at a cafe, bike traffic buzzing outside. No sympathy stirred. She'd called me insecure for wanting boundaries. Yet here she was, after her spontaneous fling imploded. I archived it without replying. Next came texts from unknown numbers burners, probably. It's Lauren. Please don't ignore me. I messed up big time. Tyler turned out abusive, controlling. He isolated me from everyone. Sound familiar? Wait, no, that was unfair. But I see now how good you were. Escalation hit with calls. Voicemails piled up. Alex, pick up. I'm sorry for everything. I was smug, dismissive. You didn't deserve that. Let's meet. I could visit Amsterdam. We had something real. Her tone shifted from apologetic to pleading. One night, a longer message. Why are you being so cold? I thought you were better than this. Tyler left me broke, alone. My family's worried. At least respond so I know you're okay. Ah, the family. That's when her toxic crew jumped in. Her sister Lisa, always the unpleasant meddler, DM'd me on social. Hey, jerk. Lauren's crying nonstop because of you. She made one mistake and you're ghosting like a coward. Grow a pair and talk to her. She deserves closure. Then her mom called from a withheld number, voice dripping guilt. Alex, honey, I know she hurt you, but family's family. Lauren's unraveling. Lost her job. No friends left. Be the bigger person. Come on for old time's sake. I didn't engage. Blocked where I could. Deleted the rest. But she amped it up. Angry phase kicked in after a week of silence. Another voicemail. Fine. Ignore me. But you're heartless, Alex. I bet you're loving this me begging while you're off playing expat. Tyler was right. You're boring and vindictive. How dare you just vanish? Hypocrisy on full display, accusing me of what she'd done. She even roped in a mutual friend. Dude, Lauren's harassing me to reach you. Says you owe her an explanation. Her sister's calling you names behind your back. This is getting messy. Through it all, I stayed detached. Sorry to hear that. Her sympathy? Internally, it confirmed everything. Her true colors shining when things didn't go her way. Desperate texts turned frantic. Please, Alex, I need help. I'm in debt. Might lose my place. Remember when you covered my rent? Just talk to me. Power reversal clear. The one who'd smugly walked out, now powerless, grasping at ghosts. The final nail came at an unexpected spot, a mutual friend's wedding back home. I'd flown in for it. First trip stateside in 6 months. Kept it low-key, but word spread. The event was at a quaint venue outside the city. String lights and laughter everywhere. I was chatting with old pals, suit sharp, Amsterdam glow on me tan from bike rides, stories of canal cruises drawing smiles. Then I spotted her. Lauren, disheveled in a rumpled dress, eyes puffy like she'd been crying. Our friend must have invited her. Oblivious or manipulative didn't matter. She cornered me by the bar during cocktail hour, voice shaky but insistent. Alex, you're here. God, you look good. Successful. I flew back early when I heard. We need to talk. I sipped my drink, calm as ever. No emotional pull. Lauren, this isn't the place. Please, she begged, glancing around like she feared judgment. I was wrong. Tyler was a disaster. He cheated, drained my savings, left me isolated. My job hunt's failing. Friends ghosted after hearing the full story. I see now. You were my rock. I threw it away because I was stupid, chasing excitement. Come back, or let me visit Amsterdam. We can start over. Her hypocrisy hung thick. Now she wanted the safe life she'd mocked. I set my glass down, voice steady, detached like closing a file. You said your piece, but that chapter's closed. I've built something here. New role, new city, new perspective. You're not part of it anymore. She teared up, anger flickering. That's it? After everything, you're just done? I begged, Alex. My family's furious with you. Lisa says you're cruel. Tell them hi, I said flatly. No bite, just fact. But their opinions don't matter. Neither do yours, honestly. I've moved on, literally and figuratively. You're irrelevant to my happiness now. She stared, realizing the reversal. Me thriving, her desperate roles flipped. Guests nearby whispered, her failure on display against my quiet success. She muttered, "You'll regret this," but turned away, shoulders slumped. I rejoined the group, toasting the bride. Free, evolved her a fading echo. Back in Amsterdam, life hummed on. Promotion sealed, dates turning promising, 0 backward glances. Karma delivered. I just accepted the upgrade. The end. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. What do you think about this story? Share it in the comments.